Welcome back, everyone. Today we're talking about the Blood Knight and some other things, of course. And first off, we're just going to say the Blood Knight is broken. Well, it's really been broken for a while, right? It has been one of the two strongest classes in the game next to Necromancer. And with the latest update, well, I still think that Blood Knight is one of the two strongest classes. Today we'll be looking at my PvP build. However, we're not going to be PvPing. And this is just to show off or further that point that the class and these essences are in fact broken. We're using 4-piece Grace and 2-piece Vithus. Now, you could, of course, use 4-piece mount packs and 2-piece Vithus. I've covered this in a previous PvP video. And in my opinion, the mount pack version works a little bit better for higher resonance players. The Grace version works a little bit better for lower resonance players. However, in the current matchmaking, it's really unsure what you'll get into for a match as a whale. So I find that the 4-piece Grace is performing better because you often have to get 40 kills or more in order to help your team win, because the matchmaking is so bad that you get paired with a lot of inexperienced players, low-level players that literally cannot kill the players on the other team. So you will need to get all of the kills primarily by yourself, the vast majority at least. So anyways, for the build and the essences, we're using Horns of the Hex. This is going to allow Siphon Blood to move with you, so you no longer have to channel it. It's just going to move around with you. Very strong. The No More Bygones, this is a new essence, and there are other options. You could run the increased damage to Swarm of Bats. However, No More Bygones allows your Sanguinate, which is the ability that you go around invulnerable to everything and then pop up, like a whack-a-mole, will now shatter their armor, increasing the damage they take by 16%. That's an incredibly large amount for an armor break effect. And you could say it's 16% right here. On top of that, it's going to reduce the Sanguinate cooldown by 10%. And this is why I've swapped this in for PvP. This is just longer uptime on the already broken iframes that this class has. Now we're just increasing the additional time there. Now, this was referred to as a balance patch, where we saw many balances, and what we're seeing here is just buffs. Buffs to a class that didn't need buffs. Solemn Snare. This allows your Swarm of Bats, again, to make you untargetable. And in this case, it will also do some AoE damage around you. Very strong as well. Castelatia, this is what makes that Sanguinate into the whack-a-mole version. And this has a small AoE radius, so make sure that you don't miss. Cruel Vendetta, this is a new essence as well. And this one just totally floored me when I saw it. I couldn't believe what I was reading when I saw this. This causes Shadow's Edge to do additional damage. Now, Shadow's Edge was the hardest hitting primary attack in the game. I'll repeat, it was the hardest hitting primary attack in the game, and we have buffed it by 42% with this essence. That is nuts. So absolutely should be running this. Should still be using Shadow's Edge in pretty much every single build that you have as a Blood Knight. This is where we start to really see what's broken about this. You don't want to use the same essences and the same skills in every single build, right? That's not that enjoyable. You just put on one thing. This is like the old monk build from a really long time ago, where you had one build and you just used it for everything. It's so much more exciting and enjoyable to have different loadouts, different pieces, some variety. And Blood Knight is just so strong that it just doesn't matter, as we'll see as the video goes on. This is insane. Now, Demon Hunters could, of course, do more primary attack damage in a period of time, but when we talk about hardest hitting, it absolutely was Shadow's Edge. Pinch Point, this is another essence here, very strong. This causes Wave of Blood to unleash an eruption of blood around you, dealing a knock-up effect to nearby enemies. Now, this is, of course, strong in PvP, because knock-up effects are not affected by potency and resistance, meaning that a player of any resonance can use this and get the full effect of that knock-up effect. Reverent Hunter, this is going to cause Siphon Blood to slow movement speed and also increase your movement speed. It also increases some of the damage it does and a little bit more if it's awakened. In general, this is just kind of the best option for what you have for essences remaining. Probably the least broken piece in the entire setup, to be honest. Mooncall is another new essence that again buffs Shadow's Edge. This is going to increase your primary attack speed by 10%, stacking up to 3 times. Very strong. And in here, you get additional damage for having your Essence Mastery leveled up, and you may notice that my Essence Mastery is level 3 and not level 4 with the Blood Knight. It's the only class that I haven't polished off at this point. I thought I finished it when Blood Knight came out, but apparently I was shy. Shadow's Edge damage is also increased by 10%. So what are we going to do with this? Well, the skills, of course, are Shadow's Edge, Sanguinate, Siphon Blood, Wave of Blood, and Swarm Bats. Well, we're definitely not going to PvP, I'll tell you that, because the Battleground's not open. What we're going to do is go to the Challenge Rift. So let's see where we rack. We just bring our PvP build into the Challenge Rift. And I'm going to make one change, which I think is probably fair game. And I'm going to take my Paragon tree and swap it off of Gladiator and move it to Weaver. I feel like that's acceptable for what we're doing here. So we'll ditch that, pick up Weaver. And we'll take a look at the leaderboards real quick. So I think I'm on 399. I've got a class change, so it's probably not going to show me. Yeah, unfortunately, it won't show me here because I did class change from Necromancer. But let's take a look. Some Blood Knights have cleared 401. Let's see what they have. All right, 25,300. Nope, I'm nowhere near that. 25,400. Nope, so 401 is likely out. 400. Again, 25.3. That's out. 399 for Blood Knights. Just shy of 2,500. Okay, I'm just over 2,500. 25,100. That's a big difference between these two. Maybe they're not in full combat rating gear. And definitely not in combat rating gear. 25,180. So okay, so it looks like somewhere around 2,500, 25,000, excuse me, 100 is probably somewhere around the mark. So 399 should be doable for a Blood Knight. Now, is it doable in your PvP loadout? Well, we're going to find out. Oh, let's go ahead and just go in. See what we get. All right, and we are off. I'm just going to Sanguinate here for mobility. Looks like we have some skeletons. And I'm going to knock these guys up. And I'm going to go around the loop-de-loop and just gather as much as I can here. Nothing in the middle. Very little anywhere. All right, let's pull everything back. I'm going to line of sight on this corner. And then I'm going to go back for some of these guys that might have trailed here. They did not. So we're just going to have to kill what's in here. So just stun everything. Going to channel. And then I'm just going to go invulnerable or untargetable, I should say. Now I'm going to Sanguinate, so I still can't be hit. Knock everything up. Knock him up again. Knock it up again. Get an auto attack. The only mob I'm really afraid of is not in the pack. And doesn't much matter. The rest of them are pretty much dead, so I'll move on and already have a substantial lead on the timer, which is great. Let's go ahead and keep moving. Not enough for me to worry about there. Oh, this is beautiful here. I like what I see. I'm going to channel early just because I don't know what they have for abilities. Dead end there, and I'll Sanguinate out of their slow. And I'll pull everything over to this corner. Gonna potion, again, just preemptively there. Because I'm still stacking everything. And now I'm gonna get on this return mage, because that's really the only concern I have. Line of sight everything. Do a knock up, and when this channeled Siphon Blood comes up, that's when I'm gonna go. And when this swarm of bats wears off, I'm gonna Sanguinate over to this next... Oh, another double pack. This is amazing. And I don't have to worry about it because as a Blood Knight, well, you just can't get hit. So I'll pull everything back. These essences are fine. You know, we don't need to fix these at all. The fact that you can't get hit in PvE or PvP is totally fine. Oh, here we are. Beautiful. And immediately into a Sanguinate before I get targetable. Knock everything up. Do some more stuns. Weave in a couple of auto attacks just for some damage. Going to channel, and I'm going to go into bats just so I don't have to worry about the affix that they have with that slip and slide. All right, here we go. Knock everything up. I don't care about this guy. Just leave him. Let the minions finish him. An absolute monster of a lead. Question is, can we kill the actual Rift Guardian when we get there? I need more than this pack to finish the Rift. Stun everything. I'm going to use Sanguinate here and actually look for a few more mobs. This should do it there, I believe, with all the trash. There's no ranged over here, so that's why I'm line of sighting towards the top of the screen. And here we go. Just go immune. Into Sanguinate. Oh, here I am. Peekaboo. Get on the mages or casters and back. And again, back into our immunity. So this should spawn the Guardian when I get the blue pack and pick up the globes. Here we are. Perfect. See who we get. I have not changed my stances at all. Oh, Igonicus? This should be alright. Looks like we're doing a decent amount of damage to him. So I don't think this is going to be an issue at all. In fact, I don't think I need Sanguinate. I wonder if there's something better I could swap on. Oh, I'm going to go into Swarm of Bats here. You can't hit me. Perfect. So I can just have the entire duration of his special ability and be immune as long as I save Swarm of Bats. So I will reserve Swarm of Bats specifically for that. And he's already down 20%. And here's Swarm of Bats again. There's his special, and it can't do anything to me. My damage output is noticeably low on the boss, but is what it is. And Swarm of Bats got interrupted because my controller got stuck with the auto attack bug. Fortunately, I noticed it quick enough that I was able to move out of the way. That bug has been in the game essentially from the start. It happens in PvP as well. That's where you'll see it most commonly, when you spawn after dying. Swarm of Bats, of course, here. So after you spawn when dying, you will be stuck with your character using its primary attack. It has been around forever, and that bug has gone unfixed. Under half health. Repositioning myself just to get a little bit more benefit out of my Wave of Blood knockup. Waiting for his next special, and then I will ult after it. Do I think that classes should have essences that are so powerful that you use them in all or multiple builds? No, not really. In fact, we saw a lot of these nerfed. For example, Arcane Torrent got nerfed into the ground. That's a wizard ability I've talked about in the past that you could basically just put in every single loadout as a wizard previously. So I don't know why that one specifically got targeted, but the Blood Knight, which was an overall stronger class, did not have some of these essences affected. However, hey, I'm just going to ult because he's clearly just not going to use the ability again. And we'll finish him off here. And that's that. So let's see where we rank. 5 minutes and 41 seconds with our PvP build against comparable CR Blood Knights. Not sure that was better than my previous time. I didn't see anything pop up. However, my previous time was a different class, so maybe it doesn't show. I'm not really that certain, to tell you the truth. So 5 minutes and 41 seconds for $3.99 will put us in about 7th place. So where we were as a Necro, I believe. So you can see you really don't even need to worry about a Blood Knight Challenge Rift build. Just use the best PvP build. Don't even change your essences. Just move the paragon tree from Gladiator to Weaver and you'll be all set. We'll have more videos as always. Thanks for taking the time to watch and have a great day. Realized I forgot to show my actual combat rating. I'm at 25,097. I don't have any other gear here in my inventory. These don't match the correct slots for set pieces. I do have a Vithu's piece, but you can see it's actually a 1 combat upgrade, so it's not like I put that on or anything. And I should have one more Vithu's piece, Vithu's boots actually, which are same combat rating. None of these match the correct slot and set. No items in here, and this stash is not available. So that's what I use. PvP loadout. It's all you need as a Blood Knight. I don't have any commentary for this PvP match, but I thought I would include it just for anybody that was curious how this build functions in PvP. The build, of course, will be in the description below, but hopefully you enjoy the clip as well. I took this video just in case I wanted to make another montage, which I've had a lot of fun doing. Again, thanks for taking the time to watch, and have a great day.